Were you cheating on your ex-wife?
Absolutely. But it wasn't with who she thought it was with. See, she thought I was cheating on her with my current wife. No. Because when my current wife came into the picture, me and her were no longer together. Like no longer together, like as in I'm sleeping I'm sleeping somewhere else. I left my house and left the house to her and the kids so the kids could stay close to school. So yeah, I was cheating. It wasn't who she thought it was with. I was cheating, and I was cheating because for one, I didn't love myself. For two, I hated the lack of respect I was getting at home. So yeah, I went to other women easily. That was the only way for me to keep my head on straight. Honestly, it kept me from losing my mind. For real, for real.
All right, so it's a lot of men in the world that believe that having multiple wives are beneficial. Do you believe that having multiple women could be beneficial to a man's well-being?
Absolutely, I believe it, but that's not the life that I would want to live right now because I think different now. So I don't believe that that would be the lifestyle for me, but I could see that happening. The lifestyle for me prior to me meeting my wife, I could say that. But right now, no, I think totally different. And not a lot of men can say that they have a woman that can push them to be great. And just off of my wife being able to push me to be great, that says a lot. I've had trash women before that was happy with me being low level or mediocre. This woman saw my true potential and helped me get to where I'm at right now. So, like, let's say for instance, I didn't have a prenup with her. This woman who I'm with right now, she can get half of my 401 because she put in the work. She cared. Everybody else, no, don't deserve a penny, to be honest. But this is different.
Wow, that was incredible. That was kind of explosive right there. All right, so Jenny Ma and Jeezy, do you know anything about their relationship?
Yeah, yeah, I heard about them. Yep, I heard about what may or may not have transpired, but I do know they're going through a divorce. Yeah,
Right, and Jeezy had a young Jeezy the rapper. He had a prenup, but Jeannie Ma feels as if she can get around that prenup because of infidelity or something similar to that, or a situation like that. Do you believe that women, or should women be able to get around the prenup by the husband not doing the thing that he's supposed to do by being faithful to his wife?
let's be honest, man. Women that mess with men of a certain ilk should be expecting a man to cheat. Matter of fact, it should be somewhere on the marriage license. Hey, look, you know who I am. You know how much money I make. You know I can have another you by tomorrow. Let me cheat in peace, woman. That should be in a man's. I'm not saying this is going to be for all men. I'm just talking about when it comes down to certain men. This should be an unwritten rule. Hey, I got a lot of money. You got some money, but not as much as me. Let me do what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to be disrespectful about it. Now, if that, let's just say in some world, that's what was going on. Only way I feel as though a woman should be able to get a prenup is if they get embarrassed about the infidelity. But if a man is out here moving in silence, he's sniping away, and nothing's leaking back to her, nothing's coming out, no pictures, no videos. Cool. Let that man cheat in peace. Because let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, a woman can't give a man everything. Not one woman. I'm sorry. One woman cannot give a man everything. And the same goes for us when it comes down to women. But yeah, I feel like if it comes down to a point where they have to get half of somebody's money, whether they got a prenup or not, it has to be something in there. It has to be some type of something put in the clause that says you can cheat in peace, just don't embarrass me. If that happens, okay, cool, get your money. But other than that, shut up, shut up.
Right. Hey, DJ Academics, man, he was caught on camera arguing with his girlfriend, saying that he was the prize. Do you believe that the man, as long as he's a breadwinner, is the prize?
First of all, I do not believe that any man should walk around saying that they're the prize. That's a little zesty to me. Um, Now, I don't think a woman should do it either. I think it's weak because if you really are the prize, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to say it. It'll show. It'll show in your actions. It'll show in what you do. So anybody talk about some, I'm the prize. Weak. That's weak. That ain't no grown. That's not grown man actions.
Did you ever listen to the homeboy, rest in peace, the Godfather, Kevin Samuels? Were you ever a fan of his?
Absolutely. I didn't agree with everything he said, but I absolutely listened to him, and I think he was I think he was misunderstood because when he first hit the scene, he wasn't even talking about women. He was talking about getting us together. Wasn't nobody gravitating towards him until he started talking about women. So he would, and even when he did that, even though his delivery was foul, I still believe that he taught some women how to be women, or how to not even how to be women. I'm sorry, how to move different, how to move in a better way to reach their goals, to get the type of man they wanted to get. I feel like he was misunderstood, but I rocked with him. I agreed with 75, maybe 80% of the things that he was saying.
All right, so he ended up dying shortly. Well, not shortly, but while he was in the prime doing his podcast, he ended up dying.
Yeah,
A lot of black women, especially because I talk about black women, a lot of black women, they were happy about the passing of Kevin Samuels. What do you think about those women?
they sad, and they probably gonna be alone anyway. Those women are probably good. Any woman that's sitting around happy that a man is dead that didn't do anything to harm them, they got a problem. They need to be in a padded room. They damn selves. Something's wrong with them, and they probably gonna be alone. They probably gonna be that 50-some-odd-year-old woman still talking about some men ain't shit. And no, it's you, but whatever. Have at it.
All right, do you feel like black women need to be protected more about a black man?
I believe that black women are being protected. It's just that some of them are so headstrong themselves. They feel as though they don't need the protection from us. But I believe a lot of them are being protected.
So you're saying that black women, a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them are very irresponsible and
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You got to think, man. How many women have you come across that don't know how to handle their alcohol, let alone know how to like hold their tongue? Think about how many women just get out here and say whatever to anybody just because. You got women out here that because they got a nice body, whether it's fake or real, they feel like they could talk to somebody like they ain't nothing. You got the women who ain't got nothing that talk to people like they ain't got nothing. So it's is really reckless out here with a lot of black women. And I wish I could say it was only the younger generation. It's not. It is my generation and up. Like I'll be 40 in June. It's a lot of women my age and older that still ain't got it together. So it's a lot of them out here that's been just running their mouth carelessly and wanting backup. But sometimes the backup, they'll jump to your aid, but then they'll let you know, hey baby, you need to stop running your mouth so much, or maybe you need to stop drinking so much so you can stop running your mouth so much, or go to therapy if you got so much aggression in you. You waking up angry for no reason. Go seek the proper help.
a while back, it was a story that came out of a black woman saying that she was hit in the face with a brick by a black male,
Yeah,
and there were dozens of other black males there who did not protect her or did not assist her. Man, it came out that the lady was lying. The
yeah,
judge actually issued an arrest warrant for the lady, because she was scamming people over the internet. This wasn't her first time doing it,
Yep.
but you know, it was just crazy, man. What do you feel when you heard that situation? When you heard about that whole situation?
We living in a world where people are paid for anything, and I do mean literally anything now. Uh, and whoever, everybody has something about them that they can pull off, whether it's good or bad, and they can make money from it. And I felt like she's just a woman that chose that victim role and ran with it, made her few thousand, and kept running with a new scam every time. Everybody got some type of scamming in them. It's just all about what's going to work. She found something that apparently worked for her. Well, for a short time. Then she got exposed, which I'm glad, because who are you to try to get somebody in trouble because you want some money? Go get a job. Like, and then if you don't want to work a job, find a hustle, not a hustle that can potentially get somebody else locked up or worse. So yeah, shame on master splinters like that. Y'all need to go find something else to do. Because if y'all could, what women like that don't understand is a trickle down effect. If you sit up here and you get somebody put away or worse, it could come back to you, dummy. Like, but when people are selfish and don't look at things from a broad spectrum, they're gonna make stupid mistakes like she did.
And it's not just women like her that's um, average everyday citizens. It's political figures and leaders that happen to be black women right now. It used to be black men when it was mainly black men. You come from the city of Kwame Kilpatrick, and the other mayor, the crack cocaine smoker. But now we got women doing this, right? We
Yeah.
got the mayor in Dalton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. She's I'm not sure if you know about her, but she's about to get the police cars repossessed. She goes on extravagant trips. She
Mm-hmm.
spends a lot of the taxpayers' money, and now they're calling for the feds to step in. But not only her, we got Fannie Willis, and we got other black just black political figures, man, that we look up to, man. Um, are they irresponsible? Are they able to hold office? Do you think that these black women are bringing the streets into the politics or what?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, I do. They are bringing the streets into the politics. But let's be real. The politics been the streets. It's just been a different way. It's been a different version of the streets. So politics has been the streets. But women are, from what I've been seeing, they're bringing that ratty culture to the politics, being politics or being in politics. They bringing that culture there. Like everything that you could think of that's popular for women to do now, they're bringing it in that professional world. Not saying this don't happen nowhere else, but it's been heavier as of late than I've ever seen it before. So yeah, they're definitely bringing more of the streets to be in the politics.
How much of this has to do with, you think, the attitude of black women saying, I don't need no man. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Does that have any effect in what we're seeing?
Yeah, yes, it does. And you got to think too. It's not just on social media. It's in our music. You know, everything. Anybody you could think of. Somebody, Cardi B, Meg. You might even hear Cash Doll. Who's a Detroit native. She'll speak of things of that nature. But keep in mind, these are all women that keep a man. They just put out that message to stir up this fake women empowerment thing going on. But yeah, it's it's definitely that. It's definitely that. Like it's almost like that's a narrative that they want to push. It's a narrative that's been getting pushed since feminism got started anyway, but it's gotten worse. And I think the only reason why it's gotten worse is because they don't want us as a people to keep breeding. The you know the it's really it's a war going on out here, and racism is really still ridiculous in certain areas. And now because they know we'll fight back, they get slick about how they do things. But you got like let's take the music industry for an example. Hey, you want to make money, right? You got to talk about this stuff, or you ain't about to get no. We not you're not about to get no airplay. This is being pushed out to spread this agenda to erase us. That's all it is, and it's all it's ever gonna be. And as long as we keep being stupid enough falling for it, it's gonna keep happening. It's just gonna keep happening in different forms.
All right. A while back, Ebony K. Williams came out and she said that she'd never date a bus driver unless he owned the bus. All right. So Ebony K. Williams, she's a millionaire, according to people. She's a millionaire. Should she feel that way, or was she just putting her foot down on men?
I think she was just putting her foot down on men. I see both sides of that. I think she was putting her foot down with men because a lot of dudes have unrealistic expectations. You can't be some guy working at some low rate place and thinking you about to get the top notch woman that's making the top dollar. So in order for you to get there, you at least gotta get halfway or further to be up. You know what I'm saying? Be up on her standards, or up to their standards, or just to be able to spend the amount of money that you think you're gonna have to spend to keep her around anyway. Because we all paying for something in a relationship, or if you just want to court a woman, you paying for something. Dating a woman, you spending money. So how much money is all about how much money you willing to spend. If you really want that girl like that, you ain't gonna be able to get that girl over a hot dog and some beans dinner. You gonna have to really cash out sometimes. It depends on the woman. If she likes simple things, okay, cool. If she's into extravagant things, are you gonna be able to keep up? Some men can get away with it, some men can't. It's all about what your gift is with women. Whatever your gift is with women, you probably really won't have to worry about that so much. But if you're not really that woman's type, because a lot of women claim they have a type, right? If you're not that type, you're definitely gonna have to work harder. Like if you are a bus driver and you trying to get a millionaire's attention, you're gonna have to step it up, my guy. So I agree with that.
Right. All right. So, to be fair, Ebony K. Williams did check another lady when she tried to down men or black men. I think they were talking about mainly black men. It was a divester who said that it's time for them to start getting white men. And Ebony K. Williams, of course, she was with white men before, and she said that no, white men do the same thing. It's black men. All right. So look, let me ask you this because you just said that you have to step your game up to be a man that's not making as much as a woman. So what do you think about the fact that a beautiful Home Depot employee put her pictures online and had men like Shaquille O'Neal in her inbox? Now, men, we don't have to tell a woman to step their game up.
Hey, I'm with you know what? I'm with a woman stepping her game up, depending on what she's already lacking in. Let's say a woman that beautiful woman you speaking of that worked at Home Depot. Let's say she was good at other things than just working at Home Depot. If she's good at those other things and she's working towards pushing those gifts into something, cool. But if she's just working at Home Depot, and let's just say I'm a millionaire, I can like how she look all day, but there's only so much attention I'm gonna pay her, especially if I find out she ain't lived enough to even be around somebody like me. Like a lot of people mess up jumping into these relationships, trying to seek out women because they just like the way she look. Stop going off of what they look like. Looks fade. What else she got going on? How is her mental? You feel me? Like how does she act under pressure? How does she deal with stress? These are the things that dudes don't be paying attention to, no matter how much money they have. And that's where they fall. That's why they always fall short when they end up going for a woman just for looks. That's no better than us just leading with our money. No matter how we look, we lead with money. They gonna always stay focused on the fact that we led with money. So yeah, I think with
But
stuff like that,
ain't that part of providing, having money? Ain't that a part of being a provider?
yeah, absolutely. Yes, it's definitely a part of it. But I can't sit up here, me almost being 40. Let's just say I wasn't married and I come across a young lady that I'm interested in. I'm not about to just sit up here and try to holler at her just because she look good. Once we get past the greetings and I see where her head at, that's gonna be the defining factor of me dealing with that woman in any other way. Spending money, whatever. That's gonna be the defining factor. People get too stuck on looks, is what I'm saying. Stop getting stuck on looks. Start paying attention to the purpose. Don't get stuck on love either. Pay attention to purpose. What is that woman gonna do for you outside of making you feel good in the bed? Can she make you feel good outside the bed? That's worth some money.
She can have your children. All right, so a lot of black women have now been divesting away from black men. They're trying to get white men, as I said earlier. Ebony K. Williams already said, and she's been married to white men before. She's already said that white men are just like black men. What do you think about the sisters that think the grass is greener on the other side?
Go ahead and try it out. Go ahead. Sow your royal oats. Go ahead. You're gonna find out it ain't that much different. Go ahead. I mean, and you talking to somebody that's dated outside, they raised multiple times. It's from dating different races of women, I can honestly tell you that there is a difference in some of them, but for the most part, especially if they're born in, especially if they're raised over here, they're gonna somehow have some things. They're gonna have at least 85 to maybe 90% of things in common. And I'm talking about this is somebody that's dated black women, mixed women, white women, uh, Chaldean, Arabic, and my wife is Indian. So I've seen a bunch of different women in one woman before. You know, it don't matter the color. They can. One thing I've realized is that women of any race got two things in common besides having a box. They can get on your nerves. They know exactly how to piss you off. And when you know that they got that quality, they got that possibility in them. It's like whatever. It don't matter what color they are. You're gonna deal with the same thing to some extent. It's just that some women are on a higher level than others. That's the only difference.
Right. Do you hate women, black women especially?
Absolutely not. I love women. I came from a black woman. I don't hate women at all. I just there's room for improvement. For a lot, there's a lot of room for improvement. That's all I can say.
Well, I want to thank you for joining the show today. This was very interesting to me. I really enjoyed conversing with you. All right, so tell the people about your two podcasts.
Okay, so I have my own platform which is called Talks with Todd. That's with WIT no H. And that platform started from like I said, I was going through some things and I needed to get the information out. That information that I was putting out there just so I can use it as a stress reliever ended up helping I ended up helping other people through me venting basically. And once I realized I was helping people, that platform started to grow as I kept talking about my trials and tribulations. Um, the Rise and Grind Morning Show. That I became a part of that because I was always my cousin is a part of it. Shout out to Tia Black. She was up here doing her thing. I was chiming in, watching. I said, "Oh, this is cool that she doing this." So then I would call in. I would be in the comments. Started being more engaging, and then I got caught up here because of my engagement on the platform. So I was able to be a part of the podcast as well. So after that, from that platform, under the same umbrella, I was asked to be a part of another podcast called Respectfully Speaking, where I started off as a guest, and then I ended up being one of the hosts because they had to make some changes and then revamp the show. So, respectfully speaking, is just about various topics, dealing with relationship, dealing with kids, um, trials and tribulations that come with your career. And we kind of talk about the same thing on the morning show. It's just sometimes we may have more guests. That's the difference between the morning show and respectfully speaking. We'll have guests come on and tell us their story and, give us some information about what it is that they're selling or what kind of business they have going on.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys check this guy out right here. Pretty interesting perspective. All right, like I said, I really appreciate you for joining the show. And with that being said, I just want to say peace.
Appreciate you, my guy.